This is an introduction to our discussion of active versus passive investing. Most of our time in the course has been spent looking at active investing, stock selection, market selection in some other way, and not passive investing. So what's the difference? If you go to a mutual fund or a hedge fund that actively picks stocks, talks to managers, tries to understand the factors that will drive the stocks, that's active management. Passive management is simply to say, my benchmark is S&P 500, I'm going to buy the S&P 500. I'm going to use a manager that all they do is buy the S&P 500 and owns those stocks, and they will get almost exactly S&P 500 returns. There may be a small deduction of a small fee, but they don't have an army of analysts running around trying to figure out what stocks to own and what stocks not to own. So they'll track the index very closely. There's very low risk of underperformance. There's virtually no chance of outperformance, but that's okay. That's your trade-off. The difference is when you look at an active manager, the whole universe of active managers can't outperform. In fact, if you add up all of the managers' results and subtract the fees, and fees are usually about 1%, you'd say, well, the average manager will have to underperform their benchmark by 1%. And Bill Sharpe does a great job of describing this in his paper, which I'll send out for you to read. So there's a strong case that can be made that it's very hard to beat the market. You might as well just buy an index. And it's tough to select the manager who will outperform the index. If you pick the best manager for the last 5 years, it's unlikely that the best manager over the next 5 years. And the fees are so low for an index, maybe 10 basis points, 0.1% versus perhaps 1% or more for an active manager, that 90 basis points will benefit you tremendously. And in fact, adding it up, it's probably more value than the manager will add. So, not to kick the legs out from under everything we've spoken about so far in the course, but is to show you that active management is expensive. It is difficult, as you, I'm sure, know already. It doesn't mean you shouldn't do it. It's just don't think it's easy. And passive management may very well make good sense for many investors. Hope you enjoy the reading.